It's no secret that starting a business is hard. Even if you have an amazing idea, bringing it to life can feel overwhelming. With HubSpot's new entrepreneurship kit, though, you can go from idea to IPO with the help of a company that knows a thing or two about growing better. The all-inclusive kit gives you step-by-step guidance and frameworks to help you crush every stage of starting a business, with tools tailored to help all along the entrepreneurial journey. It's packed with templates for project management, email, and skill development. Wow, that's a lot of templates. There's also a solopreneur guide. It's got freelance pricing worksheets and lots more you can get up and running immediately. And best of all, it's free. With expert guidance and frameworks from HubSpot, starting a business doesn't have to be so hard. So don't wait to start yours. Go to HubSpot.com/ENT to download the guide right now. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Friday, August 16th. I'm John Weigell here with Juliet, Bennett, and this is the Hustle Daily Show. If you've ever thought about why you can't simply inflate a couch instead of building it, you've clicked on the right podcast today. We're getting into another failed product, and this time it's coming from furniture giant IKEA. IKEA tried to sell an inflatable couch twice upon a time, and both times it ended up pretty badly. So why did it fail, and who wouldn't want an inflatable couch? We'll get to that in a bit, but first let's give you the hits and headlines in business and tech. Starting with Amazon, along with 6 other organizations, will take part in a UK Civil Aviation Authority drone trial. The experiment will fly prime air drones out of the visual line of sight to test their accuracy and safety. Now, moving from the skies up to space, Lockheed Martin, aerospace and defense manufacturer, is acquiring satellite company Terran Orbital in a $450 million deal. And now from space, we go to robotics. Serve Robotics is partnering with Shake Shack to deliver meals in Los Angeles through the Uber Eats app. Uber actually began operating Serve when it acquired its parent company, Postmates. Next, the FTC finalized its rule banning the sale or purchase of bogus reviews and testimonials and fake social media engagement. Companies are also prohibited from suppressing real reviews, and it's going to get real spicy on Google Maps from now on. And finally, Avon Products filed for bankruptcy, citing a flood of talc-related lawsuits, among other reasons. This pertains only to Avon brands owned by Brazil's Natura & Co., not U.S. Avon brands. They're all good to go still. Okay, our main story today comes back to our failed product series, and this time we're going for IKEA. The inflatable couch idea might have been smart in theory, but in practice, not so much. So, Juliet, first off, when was IKEA's inflatable couch built?
So this comes about in the mid-90s. Of course, it's a 90s thing. Doesn't it look like a 90s thing?
Of course. It looks so 90s, especially how clear and transparent it is.
It's beautiful.
Oh, boy.
Reminds me of those jelly sandals that people used to wear in the 90s.
It looks like a section of a Poland Spring water bottle.
So it's 1995. We've got furniture designer Jan Dranger. He contacts IKEA founder Ingvar Kamprad, who has since passed away, but he's got this idea. And the idea is, what if IKEA sold inflatable plastic furniture? Now, IKEA is all about, it's all about the simplicity. So this kind of makes sense. It's plastic. It's inflatable. It's beyond flat. This is the most flat packed you're going to get because you can carry it.
Yes.
You can carry it home. It's so lightweight. You get home, you pump it up with a hairdryer, you cover it with fabric so that it does look like a regular couch. Or maybe you don't. Maybe you like the aesthetic of the clear inflatable couch.
Who knows?
Either way, you could not imagine an easier couch to get from the store to your house to sitting on it. I mean, no hassle.
No hassle at all. And when you consider that IKEA is a company that often loves to make you build things yourself, this has to be the easiest build of all time. I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer when you think about it.
Right. Plus, ideally, in theory, it would have been very sustainable. This design, they found, reduced the use of raw materials by 85%. And because it's so lightweight and so beyond flat packed, the transport volume, it decreased by 90%. So what happened was IKEA made a new company with Dranger called Soft Air, a whole new company, and it was entirely to manufacture what they called the Air series. And so the very first products were a chair and a sofa, and they launched in Stockholm, Hamburg, and Paris in 1997.
Okay, so we've established who made it, why they made it. I mean, it seems like a pretty good reason to make something like this. And I would imagine like be a hit at music festivals if you go out there now.
Oh, yeah.
But what happened, I guess? I mean, it did fail. What was the problem?
Yeah, the problem was that production cost way more than expected. So, you think you'd be saving all this money and passing that on to consumers or whatever, but that just didn't happen. Production was kind of a mess. Also, the point of the furniture was that it was going to be lightweight. Everyone liked that.
Sure.
Unfortunately, it was too lightweight. It had no heft to it. So it would kind of just float around the store. Someone described it as a group of swollen hippos because, a light breeze and there goes your couch.
Wow.
It was prone to static electricity. It collected a lot of dust. So it was very simple to put together. You would get your furniture home. You'd hook your hairdryer up to it. You'd let the hairdryer inflate the furniture. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, a lot of people neglected to realize that they needed to turn the hairdryer to the cool setting because it's plastic. And when they turned it to the hot setting, it just melted it. And then, of course, if you got your furniture full of hot air, as the air decooled and, of course, increased in volume, your furniture deflated. The valve was also leaky. So when people sat on it, it was really squeaky. You can imagine that was unpleasant for people. And then, of course, over time, it would deflate and you would have to do the whole thing over again.
Well, I mean, I guess that makes sense because, as you know, airbed technology is not very good right now.
No.
To the point where, like, always get leaks to my airbed. So in 1995, 1997, it's probably not that great either. So, I mean, I could definitely see that valve leakage thing happening. The heat with the plastic, man, that's crazy. I can't believe that nobody had a solution for that one right there.
Yeah, I mean, the solution would have been just don't put your hairdryer on hot settings. But you know how people are with IKEA furniture. They give you all the instructions you need. No one ever looks at them. And then they've assembled their whatever backwards. That is just how it works.
Yep, that's how it works. I've assembled every one of my furniture backwards from them. And that's the truth. So what happened after that? You have all these problems. Plastic's melting. Valves are leaking. Sofas are flying into the air, like up. What did they do next? What happened after that?
So in 1999, IKEA dissolved that separate company that they made just for the air line of furniture. But they weren't done with this idea. In 2001, they had what also seemed like a good idea. They came out with these sort of cute animal-shaped inflatable cushions meant for children. And again, people liked them. But again, manufacturing costs were way too high. So it just was not feasible. I think the cushion idea was a really good one. As you said, these would be popular at music festivals. And I think we see that today. We see people at music festivals going camping.
Yep.
I've even seen them set up in parks where there's some sort of art event going on. They look like big wind tunnels. Have you seen them? Like you swing them around and they fill up with air and then you sit on them.
Yeah.
And those are great.
It's great.
Yes. For a single serving event such as that, I think there's a lot of promise in that kind of portable inflatable furniture technology. Unfortunately for IKEA, even in the sense of like, this is just for a kid to sit on, it's not your permanent sofa, the manufacturing costs were just too high.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, IKEA is a company that continuously likes to try and innovate. And I guess it's only, a matter of time before you get something like this that comes up that inevitably they have a product here and there fail. But is this the worst idea they had, you would call it?
No, because in learning about the inflatable couch, I also learned about another couch from the 90s, 1994. Again, interesting concept. This couch would have an internal compartment where you could compost food scraps.
Oh.
Which is really interesting. And again, very sustainable, I live in a neighborhood where you can go to the farmer's market or to the local park and you can drop off your food scraps. There's like a citywide composting program. It was a great idea. Unfortunately, it took a lot of work for people to maintain. And it smelled bad, the way that you do not want the couch in your living room where you have guests over and you watch TV as a family. You don't want it to smell like that.
Yeah, see, the inflatable, that seemed like an idea that I could get behind, but a couch with food in it. Maybe not the best. I mean, my couch does have food in it, but like, it's like scraps and stuff that I've dropped over. But, other but this, like to specifically put food in the couch. Yeah, that's quite an interesting innovation there.
Yeah, the inflatable couch is like, I could see this in dorm furniture, kids' rooms, whatever. I could still see a place where you might use an inflatable couch. Unfortunately, the composting couch, there's only one place I could see it working, and that's maybe in space.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Where it's like,
that makes a lot of sense.
We have no
actually.
choice but to compost this food and turn it into soil because the payload matters. And, That I could see. So IKEA, maybe talk to NASA about it. But otherwise, man, I don't see this working anytime soon.
Yeah, that one's tough right there. The inflatables, I could do it.
Yeah.
I could live with that. And that's going to do it for us today. Thanks for tuning into the Hustle Daily Show. We're a proud part of the HubSpot Podcast Network. Our editor today is Robert Hartwig, and our executive producer is Darren Clark. We've got a lot more tech and business coverage in our newsletter. If you're not subscribed, go get yourself signed up at thehustle.co/email, and we'll see you later. Hey everybody, I've been listening to this awesome podcast lately called Entrepreneurs on Fire. It's hosted by John Lee Dumas, and it's available right now on the HubSpot Podcast Network. Entrepreneurs on Fire stokes inspiration and shares strategies to fire up your entrepreneurial journey and create the life that you've always dreamed of. It offers lots of energy, value, consistency, and it's for anybody who wants to learn more about entrepreneurship. It's super fast-paced and packed with valuable stories about entrepreneurs, their aha moments, their failures, and everything to what's working for them today. Recently, he had on this guest, Ashley Stahl, who talked all about her job at the Pentagon and how she evolved into becoming a top 100 TEDx speaker. She talks about evolving your brand from the ground up, leaning into the skills that you already have to build your brand, and also creating virality. It's a great listen. You should check it out. And you can listen to Entrepreneurs on Fire wherever you get your podcasts.